Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video doing a 3-month follow-up on the Berliner New Yorker travel or duffel bag. I previously did an unboxing and review of this when I first purchased it about 3 months ago. And over the past 3 months, I've been using this to routinely go down to New York City, either traveling in my car or on the train. And so what I wanted to do in this video was just do a follow-up overview of the bag, discuss my general experience with using it, and I did want to discuss an issue I had with the manufacturing where a couple of the rivets on the strap portion came out. Fortunately, they provide replacements when you purchase this, but it was something that did break pretty quickly with just routine use without anything excessive. Okay, so this is the New York style duffel or travel bag from Berliner Bags. Currently you can get this in the extra large size for $130. I got it around Christmas time for about, I think, $109, where it was like 10 or 20% off. They make several sizes. The reason why I got this bag was I was traveling to New York City more frequently on the train, and I found that having a duffel bag would just be more convenient for like packing things up for a weekend trip like that. And so I decided to get this leather bag because it was really cheap and affordable as compared to other bags on the market. When you look at the quality and build, it's pretty good for the price at $130, and it's very comparable to more expensive bags without having to pay the price. So real quick, we'll just look at the bag. So first off, I've used this on weekend trips, driving in the car, staying at hotels, going down to the city in the train or on the car. So it's really convenient to have. You can throw a bunch of stuff in this. It covers about 3 to 4 days depending on how tightly you pack things, and it works really well from that standpoint. And it's really just a good overall leather bag. As far as the strap, it's got a shoulder strap that encompasses a canvas design mixed with leather throughout. Has the Berliner bag label here, has this integrated canvas and leather strap, has this shoulder pad here that's built in automatically, and a very customizable strap here that allows you to change the size depending on how well or how packed this is, or your size dimensions as far as how you're using it. So it's really nice from that standpoint. I've had no issues with the actual strap as far as breaking on the actual strap portion. We'll discuss an issue on the rivets on this side when we get to it, but that's the actual strap handle, so it's really nice from that. It does have a clasp design where you can clasp this on and off onto the bag without any issues. Just snaps right into place, and the nice part is this is a very sturdy clasp where I'm not really worried about it breaking. On a separate bag that I had previously, the clasp mechanism actually broke, where it was just flimsy and it was cheap build, and so once that broke you couldn't really use the strap anymore, which was inconvenient. Now as far as the strap handles on the actual bag, they've got leather strap handles that are incorporated with leather with rivets that go into these two clasps directly onto the bag. The nice part about this is integrated all the way into the bag as far as like a seamed leather, so it really provides support from that standpoint. Very similarly, they have it on the side here where this strap is integrated too for the top strap. I guess we'll just discuss this now while we have it, but they do have two separate rivets that actually insert directly into the side here. What happened is my last trip down to the city, I noticed afterwards that these rivets actually fell out and were no longer in there, and so the rivets broke. Fortunately, they provide a replacement that I'll insert into here, but that's the only manufacturing issue that I noticed. But they do provide rivets as a replacement, but this strap does extend all the way down, and the strap, like the seam, hasn't torn or ripped, but it's something that I'm concerned about enough that I want to get these rivets in before it pulls further. But that's it on the top strap. Very similar. The other thing nice about this strap is that it does have buttons here that allow you to basically unsnap and snap this together so that you can incorporate it and have both of the straps on the top together. The button or clasp mechanism here is a little bit cumbersome where it doesn't snap easily, as you can see here. It's a little bit finicky, but ultimately it will snap into place. once you get it into place, but it's a little bit cumbersome from that standpoint. As far as the rest of the bag, so the other features of the bag is that on the side here, there is a clasp, like a little pouch here that has this like belt type strap where you can put things directly into here. I haven't really used this at all because I really haven't had to use that functionality. I really use the side component if I want to insert things here, but it's something that if you have something you want to store on the side, this mechanism does stay sturdy. It's really a belt design, so you can't really open and close this without really making an effort. So it's a good way to store something sturdily there. As far as the leather, this is a little bit more discolored where it's a darker leather than the rest of the bag. That's one thing I've noticed there. And that's kind of the gist there. And then on the sides of this bag, there's two separate larger compartments on the side, which go the full length here. So these fit a ton of things in here. So usually when I travel, I put like I travel with a couple books. I'll throw like 2-3 books in here without any issues, and then on the other side I'll throw like all my electronic, like my phone charger, my whatever, like computer charger, that sort of thing. But there's a wide variety of space, and the nice part about this is there's this like suede finish on the inside of this. It's really soft, elegant from the build quality. So that's the one side. And real quick, just to be thorough, we'll just show you the other side, but virtually identical. And then these are the rivets that I mentioned that fell out. So there's two separate rivets on this side that fell out and pulled out that snap directly in. And so what we'll do is we'll show you how to do that, or snap them back in a second. So that's the two side compartments. Then additionally, this is the larger compartment on the inside. And so it's just one large giant compartment here. They do provide a shoe bag for storing things. So a couple trips I'll throw my shoes directly in here so that they're separate from all my clothes, because your shoes get gross walking around. So it's nice to have this bag. It has the Berliner label. It's a canvas bag. It easily zips open and close. You can really just store like 1 or 2 pairs of shoes in this, but it's a nice feature to have as far as like a travel purpose. So that's that component. And then on the inside here, it's very difficult to see, but basically on the side wall here, there's a couple slots, a smaller slot over here, one with a Velcro slot that you can insert there, and then another slot here that's virtually identical to the other end. I haven't used these at all because I haven't needed to, but you can easily throw different things in there if you want to store things separately in this main compartment. And then on the other side here, which might be difficult to see as well, is they have like the Berliner emblem with a zip bag here, or a zip pocket here, that's reinforced with leather. They also have a keychain on one end where you can directly clip something on, and then they have a clasp here. So if you have your keys or something specific that you want to clasp in that area, you can easily do that as well. Similarly, I haven't had to use that. Really, I've used this main compartment for just throwing my clothes, throwing my toiletries, my shoes into this. But it's a really nice bag. As far as the finish, it's like this suede finish throughout. The leather is like really sturdy leather. It's very robust as far as durability, and that's what the main compartment looks like. The zipper, I've had no issues as far as the zipper over the past 3 months. It's been sturdy. And then the other main thing we want to mention is on the bottom. So on the bottom, it's got this reinforced thicker leather. That's this big rectangle area on the bottom that's integrated into the entire bag. So that's nice. And then it's got these rivets here to support preventing damage to the actual bag. So if you throw this on, like when you're traveling on an airplane or train, the rivets will take the bulk of the force when you throw it onto a shelf or something like that, rather than the actual bag. So now what I'll do is I'll just set up the camera a little bit closer and show you how to replace the rivets on the one end. Okay, so here's the close-up of the damage that I mentioned. So typically there's rivets in this area here that hold this up so that the strap for the shoulder strap is more secure, so that it does not rely on the seams to hold everything together. But after my last trip, I noticed that these were missing, and so it's an issue that just happened with the bag over the past 3 months, which is unfortunate. Fortunately, they do provide you with this envelope that actually has additional rivets in it when you purchase it. So what they have is a couple of these rivets here where it's basically a clasp that inserts into this and it'll snap into place. And so what we'll do is we'll walk through doing replacing this now to see how effective this is. But what we'll do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually insert this longer tab on the outside. And so what I'll do is I'll just slide it directly through the hole on the outside, through the hole on the inside one, and then we'll snap the rivet directly into here, which hopefully will just snap into place. I'm not entirely sure if you have to use more force. I might need to get some pliers or something to squeeze it into place. Yeah. Yeah, let me grab a pair of pliers and I'll squeeze it into place. Alright, so interestingly, this is harder than I anticipated it being, because I thought you could just wrap around some pliers and just squeeze it together with like typical pliers. But the issue is with the zipper and this clasp here, it's really impossible to do that. So what I'm actually going to try to do is actually just bring this together with a hammer. And so we're just going to set this flush directly on the ground, make sure it's lined up, and then we're just going to lightly tap this into place until it's set into place. Hopefully that works. And yeah, it did clasp in. It's a little bit loose though. I'm just going to make sure that it's secure all the way down. And so yeah, as you can see, that actually works. So it clasps directly in. It's pretty snug now. And we'll just make sure it's secure. And so that's secure there. Now we're going to do the exact same thing with the next one. So I've never done this before. There's probably an easier, better way to do this, but this is just me going on the fly. So you just slide it all the way through, put the rivet directly on, okay? And then very similarly, kind of get it snug onto it. Make sure there's nothing kind of preventing you from hitting directly on the ground. Make sure it's all the way flush like this, okay? And then just tap it. Just gonna hammer the other one. So, and that's both of them. So both rivets are all the way on now. I'm just playing it safe, and that allows you to secure this into place. Whether it pops off again, we'll have to see. If it does, I'll run into I'll reach out to the company and mention the issue, because it's a quality issue, especially after 3 months. But this does provide more support by allowing the tension to go directly on the rivets rather than the seam. That will prevent this from tearing over time. But really the main thing is just minimize the amount of weight you put in this. I was just using this bag as I routinely use it. As anticipated, nothing was heavy or bulky in it. It wasn't excessive. I was just literally carrying it to and from. So we'll have to see if this becomes an issue long term. But that's the Berliner New York style bag. It's a really nice, elegant bag for $130. I absolutely love it for the price. The other thing I'd mention is definitely conditional leather. I've done it a couple times, but I'm due to do it again. I'm actually going to do a video doing that in the upcoming weeks, doing another conditioning with this bag using a certain brand I got as far as leather conditioner. So thanks for watching. If you have questions, comments, post them below. But hopefully this video is helpful for those of you that are in the interest of Berliner bags or this specific model.